Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are doing well. So here, now I am going to start fourth chapter, that is metals and non-metals. Okay. So here, what are metals and non-metals? Generally, there were so many elements around us. Up to now, around 118 elements were discovered. Okay. So here, among these elements, okay, some elements will exhibit some type of properties, similar properties. Some elements will exhibit similar properties. So depending on their properties, okay, depending upon their properties, physical or chemical, so depending upon their properties, some elements given name as metals and some elements given name as non-metals. So now we will see for metals what type of properties they will exhibit, non-metals what type of properties they will exhibit. Okay, so here elements they have classified, actually they have generally classified three categories. What are they? Metals, non-metals and metalloids also. But most of the elements comes under metals and non-metals. Okay, so actually these metals or non-metals generally we will get from inside of our earth. Generally we will get these metals in a combined form. We will get minerals from the earth in a impure state. Okay, so when we are purifying those minerals, we will get the metals or non-metals. Okay, so here now we will see what are the metal properties, what are the non-metal properties. It is any substance. Okay, elements means maybe you may be having doubt what are elements. Whatever, gold, sulfur, carbon, silver, aluminium, copper, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, all this comes under the elements, individual elements. Okay, so like that we are having 118 elements. Among those elements we are going to classify some are metals, some are non-metals, some are metalloids. So first we learn what are the properties, physical properties of the metals. The first physical property of metal is hardness. Whatever metals you will consider, they will be very hard and they will be having hard means they will be having strength. For example, this bench or this desk, they are very hard means they will be having, we are easily unable to break those hard substances or not, they will be having some strength, isn't it or not? So all the metals are very hard, they will be having more tensile strength. Okay, except some exceptions are there, except sodium or potassium, they are very soft materials, even we can cut those metals with knife, they are very soft like sodium and potassium, exception are there. And second property is luster, shining, nothing but luster is shining. All the metals will have shiny surface. Example, gold, silver, copper, they shine or not? Yes. So if some substance is shining means it comes under the metal. Third one is malleability. Maybe it is the new word for you, malleability. If we are beaten it, okay, or if we are rolling it, if we are able to make that metal or substance into a sheet means if we are able on substance after beating, if we are able to make that substance into a thin sheet. Example, aluminium foils, very thin foils will be there or not. So if like that you are even silver foils, aluminium foils, zinc foils, very thin sheets you will observe or not. So if anything, any substance after beating we are able to make it into thin sheets, that property will call it as malleability. So maximum all the metals will show the property of the malleability. Fourth one is ductility. What do you mean by ductility means if we are beaten it and if we are drawn it into thin wires. If we are able any substance, if we are able to draw thin wires from that substance means that substance comes under metal. That property will call it as ductility. Gold, for example, silver, copper, we are able to make thin wires or not? that property, that making that metal into thin wire, that property itself will call it as ductility. Okay, so that is also one of the property of the metal. Next one is good conductors of heat. All the metals are good conductors of heat. Easier conductors means you know already we have studied which can pass heat through their bodies, that one we call it as conductor. So all the metals are good conductors of heat as well as good conductors of electricity also. Even they can pass, they can conduct electricity also. And even high density and high melting and boiling points. They will be having high density. Density is nothing but related to nothing but mass. Okay, so if they are having high mass means automatically they will have high density. Okay, so here they will be having, they are very hard, they are having more strength means nothing but they will be having more density. If they are having more density, or automatically they will have a high melting point and high boiling point. Okay, for example, iron. Easily can you melt that iron? No. Easily you can boil that iron. Even gold, easily you can melt it or easily you can boil it? No. So all the metals will have high density or nothing but high related to nothing but mass, and even they will be having high melting points and high boiling points. Next one is sonorous. Sonorous means if we will beat that substance or if we will hit that substance with a hammer or something. Okay, if it is able to produce some sound, sound should come after hitting it. If sound is coming from that substance is nothing but a metal. So all the metals are able to, except here the exceptions are there like sodium, potassium, they will not produce any sound after hitting. So maximum all the metals comes under, means gives or produces sound after hitting. So these are the physical properties of the metals. So if you come to the non-metals, just opposite. First one is that they are hard. Here they are not hard and even not strong. Okay, they are very delicate like carbon, sulfur. Powders are powdery substances. They are not hard, even not strong, except one non-metal, that is diamond. Diamond is the strongest non-metal. Okay, and next one is dull or lustreless. They look very dull. Even they are very shiny now, they are very dull. But here also exception is there. Iodine and diamond will have shiny surface, whereas other non-metals are looking very dull. Next one, neither malleable nor ductile. Means if we cannot able to make any sheet or we cannot able to draw any wire from the non-metals. Like carbon, can you make any wire there? Or can you make any sheet when we are hitting it? It is making it powder or not? Yes, like that they are able to, they are neither malleable nor ductile. Okay, next one, here they are bad conductors of heat, bad conductors of electricity. But here one exception is there, that is graphite is a good conductor of electricity. And since one not sonorous. Not sonorous means they don't produce any sound. You just hit coal. Coal is nothing but made of carbon. So do you feel any sound there? No. So like that all the non-metals are not sonorous. And of course they are not hard means automatically they will be having low ambient boiling points. Here also exceptions are there like carbon like that. So they will be having high melting and boiling points. And generally these non-metals exist in 3 states. We are having 3 states of matter, solid, liquid, gases. So some non-metals are solids, some non-metals are liquids, some non-metals are gases. We will come gases like oxygen, nitrogen like that. Liquids is like bromine, solids means sulfur, carbon like that. Whereas here if you will see generally all the metals comes into solids except mercury. Mercury is the only metal that will be in liquid state at room temperature. Okay, so here all the metals will be generally solids except mercury. Mercury is the only liquid metal at room temperature. Clear children? Thank you.